Hey guys, my name is Jason with S&J Forest Products. On today's video, we're going to be taking out this big old spruce here. We'll take a look at it, but what happened is the top of it blew out here, about 30 or 40 feet of the top. And so it's a goner. It's not going to live. It's going to die and rot away. So I figured I'd come and get this thing before the wood wasn't any good anymore. So we're going to drop this one. But to do that, it's leaning right into this other little one here. And I don't know if you can see, but the top is out of that little one over there too. So I'm going to have to take both these spruce out. But let's get started and we'll see if I can get both these trees in the ground, skid them to the landing, and scale them up and see how much wood we got. Here's a look at our first tree here. And this one's kind of a turd because it's hard to tell on the camera. I know you guys don't have a real good frame of reference, but it jogs out to the left and then it bucks back to the right there. It's got a kink about halfway up. And these are always hard to read because the bottom half of the tree wants to go this way. And it's hard to tell if the top half comes back far enough to pull it back over this way. It's got these big long branches that hang out over that way. And so I really want to put it out there in that hole. I got a nice hole for it over there. And that's where this other big tree here is going to go. So I'm gonna try and put it out this way. And hopefully it doesn't sit back on me too bad. And if it does, we'll have to wedge it over. But that's the plan for now. Let's see how it goes. Well, there she went, right where I wanted her. Didn't take any convincing at all. Look how much holding wood's left on that tree. It was very excited to go in that direction. So I've noticed too, it seems like if you have some big limbs hanging out 10, 20 feet from the trunk, especially up at the top, that pulls the tree real hard in that direction. But now we got that one down. Now let's get this big boy out of here. We'll put it pretty much right on top of that one. I'm gonna try real hard and miss this stump here. But we'll get those two on the ground and then we'll get them bucked and limbed and skidded out of here. Well, I got them both down. That big one missed the stump like I was hoping, so that worked out. But the whole reason I'm doing this is I'm getting ready to replant in here. And I've got, I don't know if you're going to get a bunch of glare. Yeah, you can't see anything. But I got a bunch of open areas in here I'm going to be replanting. And as soon as I put a bunch of seedlings in here, I won't be able to get back in with my skidder and do any logging. So this will be the last time I'll be able to kind of enter this section of forest. And so I want to get all the trees out that, you know, aren't good or they're suppressed or anything like that. So taking these two out. These are kind of the last two in this little section. I got a 3 or 4 acre area here that I'm getting cleaned up, and here in a couple of weeks we'll get it planted. So, but I just measured that spruce. That big one there along the butt is 40 inches across the butt there, and my mill is absolute max will take 40 inches at the butt. So I'm gonna prune off a little bit on that one and get it down to like 38. There's a little bit of butt swell on it, and I'm just gonna kind of cut off a little section of the butt there on the sides and get it down to so it'll fit in their saw. But we'll get it limbed up here, and I'll see if my skidder can pull this. We got everything limbed up. This big one, I can get 2 33-foot logs and then a little 22 out of the top, which I probably won't send to the mill. And then this other smaller one, I can get 2 33s as well. And I'm just going to leave the top and all the branches and stuff out here to rot away. So let me get this bucked up here. We'll get it skidded up to the landing. We'll scale these logs and figure out how much they're worth. All right, guys, one more thing I wanted to point out here. Right where my axe is in the tree back there is 33 feet. The diameter there is about 28 inches. So I can give them a 33-foot log, which is they're going to scale at 32 foot, at 28 inches top, or I can come up here and give them a 40-foot log, 41 with trim, at 25. And so I scaled both those on my log scale calculator, and if I cut it at 32 with or 33 with a 28-inch top, there's 1,120 board feet in that log. If I come up here at 40 and cut it with a 25-foot top, there's only 1,100 board feet. So it's actually worth more. There's more board feet if I cut it at 32 and let the rest of the log go as another 32. So having a long log doesn't always get you more board footage. So I wanted to point that out. I did the measurement, thought it was pretty interesting, so I want to pass that along. But let's get this guy bucked up at a couple of 32s, and we'll send it off to the landing. That's that second log on that big spruce. I trimmed it I bucked it at 40 feet. It was so heavy I could only get one log on that turn. Now let's go get the rest. Oh, here's our big butt log, and it's a 32 footer. I got that 40-foot log that was just ahead of this one. I could only get it on one turn, one log turn, so I really hope I can get this one out of here. And now I've got my skidder in here. I've come in 2 or 3 times and I've got it all wallered around. It's all muddy and mucky, but we'll get her choked up here. This will be another one log turn. We'll see if I can get this skidder and this one log out of here. All right, well, my 8-foot choker's too small, so I'm gonna have to double up on my 6-footers. Okay, got my 2 6-footers doubled up. My 8-foot wouldn't fit. Let's see if I can yard this thing out of here. Oh, look at the trench that thing's putting through there. That's a big log. All right, guys, let's scale these logs. This is the big butt log of that big spruce. And we'll figure out how much they're worth. So to scale a log, you measure across the small end here. This is the small end of the log. This one is 25 inches that way, 26, 26 and a half. You always take the smallest dimension inside the bark. So we got 25 on this log, So let's get our scale chart out. We'll figure out how much wood's in this log. Here's our scale chart, and the numbers across the top here are the diameter in inches of the top of the tree. So we had 25, and then length in feet down the side here. So 32 and 25, that's 920 board feet in that one log. And that log's $550 a thousand. So doing the math on that, that one log's worth $506. So let me scale the rest of them and we'll see how much money we made today. Well, those 2 trees we got, I had 2 logs each. And when I scaled all 4 of those logs together, I got just over 2,100 board feet. And at right around 5 or $550 a thousand, that's just over $1,000 in those 2 trees. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about how to scale a log or how the skidder works or anything like that. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.